Now I gotta ride or die.
Welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see, I'm actually in a project car. This is my friend Matt's 7 Series that he's recently bought and of course washed before this shoot, and then it did some dirty rain all over it. So sorry about the condition of how the outside of this car looks. This car is incredibly clean. In fact, it was bought for its shell more than anything, because it has a clean shell but it doesn't have the right engine. As you can hear, it's got a nice burble, but from next week this car will have the stonking big V8 put in the front of it. But today I wanted to take this out and enjoy it as it is. As the project starts, I wanted to take it out before it was done to experience it like it is now, and then once the V8 is in at the front, go and drive it then. But we're gonna go for a cruise today. We're not gonna go down some B roads, but let's get on with the video. So first things first, why I'm doing this video. Now, I believe that this generation 7 Series, the E38, will be going up in price very, very soon. If not now, like right now. I believe these cars, you used to be able to buy them relatively cheap. Now, I believe they've already become a cult classic in a weird way. It's not the most obvious car you would buy as a classic car, or at least a older car, but it is very interesting that these have increased in price over the last couple of years. I do remember seeing them for, you know, £1,000, sub £1,000. Now I see non-MOT'd or not very nice versions at £2,000 to £3,000. It's a really good talking point, because I don't think a lot of people have realised that this generation of BMW, like the E36s and various other BMWs from this era, have actually increased in price and become slightly sought after without anybody actually knowing. I've followed this shape 7 Series since James Bond drove one off the top of a car park. I've loved the square boxy look of these larger sedan or 4-door styled BMWs, and the 7 Series being the biggest variant of them has always been my favourite. I love a big barge, me. I love a big barge. But this is the talking point, right? Is it time to buy one? I believe yes, because there's not going to be very many left in a minute, or they're going to be very expensive. I've already seen a couple of V12s on. Obviously they're going to, you know, charge more of a premium anyway, because that is the flagship V12 long wheelbase and all that sort of stuff model they came out with, and I've seen them trading at like over 10 grand for a really nice one. So it's a funny middle ground, right? I want to chat to you guys and get your guys' feedback on the idea that this could actually be the next big thing, the next generation of classic car that you could actually get yourself into for not a lot of money at the moment. These are still, again, £2,000 to £3,000. Obviously, for the lower spec models like this one is originally, it's a lower sized engine, so a lower spec model. They are actually relatively good money. This has actually just had a completely custom exhaust system on it. Because it's what it is now, it's raspy as it gets, but with a V8 that's going to sound phenomenal. But the talking point is this the next big thing? And am I going to make this video like I've made, you know, previous videos of BMWs, and I've looked back and gone, hold on a minute, you bought one of them for £1,000, now they're 3 to 4. Like, we don't look at these cars at the moment as being expensive or as desirable as they're going to be, like E30s were. I remember a friend of mine buying one for £1,600, a very nice 2.5 litre manual coupe, and you cannot find that car again. It is a £5,000, £6,000, £7,000 car now, and I believe, or if not already, these cars are going to do the same thing. The 7 Series, being the flagship model, is going to go down the same route in a minute. If you're after one of these, you know, a V8 one, you'll already probably have noticed that they're actually going up in price as we speak. I believe it's harder and harder to find just a genuinely nice version of this car, and when you do, you're probably going to be charged for it. It's a funny scenario, because trying to not say this is a classic car or an up and coming classic is hard for me, because I do believe that a lot of cars like this from this generation are going to be through the roof in a minute. You're not going to be able to find a cheap version of this, and if you do want one, they're going to be such a premium that you're not really going to want to afford an older version of this car, when you could have probably gone and got a newer variant for the same sort of money. It's a catch-22, because I do believe this car is going up. I believe all of these generation BMWs are going through the roof, regardless of what condition and stuff like they're in. Again, this one is a project car. It is getting literally tomorrow or the next day, it's going to a garage to get everything done, plus that V8 up front. I just believe I'm sort of driving a future classic. A future classic, that's what it is. It's a future classic 7 Series. And again, there'll be some people out there like, no, it's not a future classic. I don't believe that those cars are going to go up in the way that you think they're going to. I don't know, mate. Like, I'm a bit and ahhing. I believe they've already gone up. I've looked at these for years, always thought they were really cool, saw them depreciate a lot, you know, come right down in price, and then they've gone back up. And to find a really nice one, it's hard. It's hard to find a nice variant. Now, the one I'm driving today, of course, completely murdered out, looks gangster as it goes. Proper 2-pack style, which just needs some big chrome wheels on it. Yeah, I just believe that this is the next generation. I really do. And I'm going to go and say now, you'll watch this video maybe in 5 years' time, and you know, you won't find one under £5 like E30s. I remember E30s being cheap enough for you to go and buy and, you know, destroy if you really wanted to. Now I'm, you know, in the market for an E30 in the next, say, couple of months, maybe couple of years, and I think I'm already too late to the party. I've already not got enough money to buy the one I want. And I think this is the same scenario with these, and even the 5 Series of the same generation. I don't believe that these cars are going to be cheap for very long. I believe that in the next 5 years, these are going to be, one, a cult classic, because I think they already are. This shape is just so cool. It's better than the newer shapes. I'm going to say that now. I'm not a fan of the new cars. This is the car I would have. Funny scenario, but let me know in the comments below what you think. Am I blabbering on about a car that's never going to increase in price and is never going to be a classic, or at least an appreciating classic car at some point? Or am I right? But let me know in the comments below what you think. Am I blabbering on, or am I speaking some sort of sense here? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one.